I'm trying here. Relax. All right. Sorry, I'm purposely trying to go right into this one because I don't want this to be long. It might get drawn out. We've already got a huge amount of damage control socks in the chat, and people are trying their best. The mods are trying their best to handle them. This all came from a Periscope stream. Let me explain. First off, I would like to respond to what's his name, SLY SPARKANE. I almost said Psy Strikeling. I would like to respond to SLY SPARKANE. I don't think Sly expected me to actually respond personally. So Sly did a video basically attacking me, but it's weird because either hey, thanks buddy. The Sea Lion thanks you. Either he's basically he's moving from the narrative, or the narrative is generated from him that you will see in the live chat, as we just saw for the last few minutes before the show started. It all piggybacks off of the fact that I, weeks ago or a month ago or something, criticized Red's Rhetoric and Sean Hufford and their whole little GoFund Steve operation that I've talked about a few times. And if you saw my video that I put up today, I didn't plan on going live today here. Was going to on Rock a lot, but might as well. Why not? Hey, get some views on the channel. I haven't been posting here that much, so we need the views back up. Here we go. As I concluded in the Truth of Non Sequitur video that I uploaded, which was a nightmare to edit, and I'll talk about that later. It was horrible. Anyway, I'm going to ask your advice on what video editor I should switch to, because Adobe Premiere is broken. Adobe, fix your shit. It's expensive. Back to what I was saying, though. At the end of the Truth of Non Sequitur video, I go into the constant GoFundMe problem with Red's Rhetoric, Sean Hufford, and a few other people. Now, the problem here is that I wasn't going to go this route, but I will, just because I'm going to try to be nice to Sly. And you're going to say, but you did a mean thumbnail. He did a mean thumbnail first, so we're even. Sly didn't watch my video at all, which really bothers me, because up until this point, I always looked at SLY SPARKANE as a guy who did his research. He did what he, he's good at what he does, right? He actually did put out some content as compared to Reds or others that don't, that just do it for constant GoFundMe campaigns or crowdfunding fundraisers, right? What's wrong? The sound is dragging. Okay. Here, let me hear it. Hold on. Let me hear it. The sound is dragging. Oh, you are right. Okay, hold up. Let me restart my sound engine. Be right back. Hold on. We have a crash. Hold on. Let me hear it. We have a crashed sound engine. I have to reset. Here it goes. If any weird noises happen, it's not my fault. Oh, no. No. Oh, my God. I almost reinitialized the whole damn thing. Okay.
Okay. Let me know if it gets better. If not, I'm going to have to restart this program completely, but my virtual mixer, so let me know. Sorry, guys. Hold on. This is live. You got to give me a minute. This is just a live stream we threw together. The real content's been uploaded already. Here, let me check it. This is just a live stream we threw together. It fixed it. Okay. Sorry about that. My audio engine crashed. I have reinitialized it, and we're back. So, let's just start over. Here we go. We're going to talk about the video that I uploaded today, kind of, because it relates to the issue that's going on, and I will get to the super chats in just a minute. Thank you, Leroy, my dude. I love you. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Here's the issue. Here's the problem, and I want to be in the beaver room, my dude. Do you mind? Hello? Hello, big guy. Thank you. Turn on your microphone. I liked SLY SPARKANE before. Now, there's some theories floating around out there. I've had this brought to me since he did it. And honestly, I mean, it's just stupid because the guy basically admits that he hasn't looked at any of the evidence and that then blindly defends Reds and his buddies. So I'm going to present to SLY SPARKANE a video response with the work that he should have done before attacking me. I will give him an out. I'm going to try not to, own him too hard here because it would be so easy just to have some fried Sly on this one. But this Criminelli. Oh, I see what's up. Okay, let me grab the actual document. I have a document in the current live stream room that is the updated current database that SLY SPARKANE says is normal for communities to have this kind of thing happening from the same people. So I don't think you're going to see a lot of people talk about this unless they do care. One, unless they're like SLY SPARKANE are willing to address these kind of things. Here's what I mean. People like Simon Dan, Conspiracy Cats, people that have a show or a format, they're not going to address this stuff. They never talk about this kind of thing. Though, this is what live streamers do, my friends. We talk about this stuff. We look at this stuff. We stay updated in this stuff. We meet other creators. We interview other creators. We go live with other creators. And because of that, it shouldn't happen in specific communities all that often. But because of that, you will have streams, Sly, where you'll have to not just talk about how flatties are ding-dongs and bad guys. So Sly, let me explain some logic that you failed to realize. Hopefully that you will then realize it after I do this and update your channel, already showing you're willing to put this content on your channel. You'll update it with the correct evidence that you made claims about that turned out to be completely false. Don't worry, I'm going to correct the claims you made and actually fix it really quick. Again, I'm being accused by Sean Hufford. Yes, he did log in with his account. I'm being accused on Periscope, accusing me of doing this for clickbait or for views or something like that. You are very cocky, my dude, thinking that SLY SPARKANE, Red's Rhetoric, and Steve McRae are going to get some big views over here on my channel. If that was the case, I would do it to someone bigger, my dude. It couldn't be the fact that I liked the community, did videos in the community for a year, and hung out with all the creators in the community and had a great time there until realizing after Steve attacked me and finally watching the channels that have put the evidence on their channels that ironically McRae and his friends tell people not to watch, like you, seeing the evidence that these guys are actually con men using your community. And this is what gets me more than anything, Sly. If you really care about your community, how in the world can you excuse what you're about to see here? Also, I would like to let Sean and them know, you guys wouldn't have had to worry about this video happening. But because Sly is respected, I do think he got baited. I truly think that Sly got baited. Now, for those of you that don't understand what I mean, I covered Sean Hufford going to FE Corps and their physical location and filming it a while back. It was a big stream. We had a lot of fun, a long stream. Everybody was chilling and having a great time. SLY SPARKANE was being threatened at being sued because he did a lot of videos exposing FE Corps. Now, Sly, what Reds and Sean and them are doing is equal to the ding-dongery of FE Corps, my dude. And even though you're not willing to say it, and people are going to hate me for saying it, unfortunately, I'm the guy that will say it. I'm the one who's not going to care about losing a few subs because they'll all come back. We'll eventually come right back if people do leave over this. People aren't going to leave over this, by the way. If they were, they already would be gone by now. But the basic premise here is, my dude, how could you do this? How do you have a drive to expose FE Corps for ripping off the Flat Earth viewers who are convinced by their propaganda that they're telling the truth? Why is it that you're willing, when your own audience is the victims of what is on the screen now, why are you so willing to just let it go like it's nothing? That is, of course, unless they're your friends and you are blindly defending them and trying to manipulate your audience so that you can help them get away with this. Because, also, another thing happened when I brought this up. I did tell you all on the Rock-A-Lot channel that if they didn't do any more constant GoFundMe campaigns, if they actually started showing evidence that they did what they said they did with the GoFundMe campaigns, I wouldn't take it to UNIRocktv and stir up the community. Now, when I did that video on Rock-A-Lot, it got a few thousand views, but it didn't stir up the community. The video that I did a few days ago on UNIRocktv, before the truth of non sequitur, did stir up the community and led to SLY SPARKANE making his video. Why? because a lot of people in the community are subscribed to UNIRock 2 that are not subscribed to the Rock-A-Lot channel, and it was their first time knowing about this. I'm going to explain this to you guys. I'm actually going to take the time after being up all night dealing with my video editor, being broken as hell, hardly letting me edit the truth of non sequitur, taking me an additional hours just to put in a few edits at the end of the video, driving me crazy with no sleep after going to the doctor today. I'm going to do a live stream where I break down the intricacies of the scamology of Red's Rhetoric, Sean Hufford, and their friends in abusing and manipulating the audience and other creators in the debunking community so that they can guilt trip, virtue signal, victimize, victimhood themselves so that you will give more money than what they make on their PayPal, Patreons, and other accounts. And let's start with some general thought processes towards SLY SPARKANE as a response. We'll go into the actual issue with evidence, and then I will go into an even more bigger breakdown, reading direct quotes from SLY SPARKANE's video and responding to them as if I was witnessing the video myself and reacting. Now, you're going to say, well, Uni, why did you go through SLY SPARKANE's video and pull timestamps and take quotes instead of just playing it? Because Sly admits in his video that he didn't even watch my videos, and he didn't even... Sly, you're not fooling anyone, my dude. I may give you an out on this, but I'm telling you right now, and I don't care if you want it or not. I'm going to give it to you at first. But I'm telling you right now, you're not fooling the audience. You're not fooling your audience. You did this because they're your friends. Because why wouldn't a skeptical person... Did you hear the beginning of the Truth of Non Sequitur video, my dudes? Remember what I said? This subject... You know, I should just play the beginning of the Truth of Non Sequitur really quick because it's the very start of the damn thing. And I apologize. I haven't been over here on UNIRock 2 a lot because I'm trying to avoid this kind of stuff, get my content done and uploaded, but I don't mind a couple streams here. Take a listen at what I said in the beginning of this stream, and then we'll get into it.
This video is about the breakup of the Non Sequitur show. This topic has taken many skeptical or evidence-based people and shown that for one reason or another, they are more than willing to ignore all the evidence to come to the conclusion that they want to. So instead of doing like a documentary or a mini doc or video or whatever, I'm just going to focus on the points that changed my mind and the minds of the people that I've talked.
Did you hear that? Let me go ahead and do a replay.
Willing to ignore all the evidence to come to the... This topic has taken many skeptical or evidence-based people and shown that for one reason or another, they are more than willing to ignore all the evidence to come to the conclusion that they want to. So instead of doing like a...
There are these skeptical, evidence-based individuals that make their entire YouTube persona based off of the fact that they are the skeptical ones. They are the smart ones. They're intelligent. They are evidence-based. That's why they don't believe in the flat earth. It's why they criticize people who have a religious belief, a crazy religious belief, like the flat earth or other crazy religious beliefs or sovereign citizenhood or whatever it may be. One of the first criticisms comes from the community with this. Patreon, Super Chat, and advertising money is money for work that has been done to show appreciation for someone's talent, creativity, and effort. A GoFundMe to pay rent is e-begging. It's not the same. One is an appreciation of effort. The other is charity. Sly is saying that he looks at donations and patrons as charity that isn't earned. Or is he saying that GoFundMe is just another option to get your channel money? Weak criticism, my dude Sly, and I completely agree with that statement. Also... You're kind of right in what you said, though, if you apply it to Reds and Sean and the others, AT2 Productions and the others, Sly, because they are treating GoFundMes as their channel money and treating the money they make on their channel as charity and mixing that concept together. But the problem isn't that, my dude. You did try your best, and I must give it to you. You tried. You just failed greatly, because the problem is the amount of money, the amount of GoFundMes that this small group has put out. And you will say to me, but Uni, Sly, this is one of Sly's criticisms. He said, but Uni, Reds and Sean doing constant GoFundMe campaigns, deleting. Now, you know, he was mad because Sly thought that I deleted one of his comments on UNIRock 2. I don't even look at my comments on UNIRock 2. Maybe once or twice a week, the 3 that pop up in my studio might get a heart, but I don't delete them. Now, why would Sly think that I deleted his comment? I mean, his comment disappearing could be many things. He knows this as a creator. I think, though, he already knows this, or he's trying to just come up with some criticism that he could use against me. Now, it's a very weak criticism, my dude, for one reason. Why aren't you then criticizing your friends like Reds running all these constant GoFundMe campaigns? Because him taking down his videos stops all the comments from going on there. It even prevented people from knowing about the majority of these GoFundMe campaigns because I didn't know about them. I didn't know about Sean doing the constant campaigns. I only knew he did like 1 or 2 of them when he really needed it. But that's not what the evidence shows, my dude. Thus, making my criticism valid, logical, because here's what we can do, my dude. We could do a thought exercise. We have high IQs, Sly, you and I. We could do a thought exercise. Let's take out Reds and Sean and Steve running these campaigns. Let's just drop in any other YouTuber, and we'll do that as we go on. Instead of me, once I do represent the GoFundMe campaign to you and what happened, and I will even play clips for you, Sly. I'll do all the work for you, my dude. Once we do that, then I'll go in and take the names out and put in 3 random names, and we'll ask ourselves, is it scummy to do that? I mean, if it was like Nathan Oakley, Nathan Thompson, and Quantum Eraser instead of Reds, Sean, and Steve, would it be scummy still to do these things? The answer, of course, is going to be a resounding yes, but we need to get into it and go. I just want to make sure that you understand this. I'm not attacking you, Sly, like you did to me. I do, even though after my experience on YouTube, I have very low hope for you. I do think that out of all those ding-dongs out there, you, Sly, are probably one that does care about your community because you do actually do content. You try to do good work. You respect your audience from what I've seen, and I don't have any reason to believe otherwise. I do believe you've been fooled on this because it was easy for them to fool me for a while, remember? It was easy for these guys to fool me. They've got Team Skeptic fooled. They've got Fight fooled. They've got a bunch of people in this community fooled. That is how they have access to the audience that they prey upon. Let's get into it. On 3/19 of 2020, I just fixed my audio. Hopefully it'll stay good. I'm having some damn issues with my video editor and my audio. I don't care. The long-awaited return of me, UNIRock, back to the gossip channel of the internet. No evidence whatsoever. Complete gossip. There's not a such thing as actual hard work that took weeks of actual research to put together on my screen at all. This is all gossip. Sly, you were right on that one, my dude. Just complete gossip. You know, hey, any community of 6 creators, they should be able to ask for $80,000 in just a year. They should. They should be able to ask for $134,311 in just a couple years, and they should be able to take in over $70,000 on top of their ad revenue, on top of their cameras and other stuff the community buys them, and on top of these other things they do in their community, Sly. You must just be right on all of this, my dude, and we're going to talk about that tonight, today, right now, and try to get this done quick and get over to the Rock-A-Lot channel on UNIRock, the return of the UNIRock Live to UNIRock 2. Dramatic enough, Busy? You wanted it to be dramatic, Busy, so I'm just making sure. Is that dramatic enough for you there, Biz? Good. Better be. Shut up, ding dong. Before we get into this, I do have to say, though, how disappointing it is that Sly, just because Sean told him to, would do this to another creator in the community. Just because they don't like me, you're willing to not actually go and see if you're making a mistake. You're willing to wield your channel as a weapon as opposed to what I've been doing, making evidence-based criticisms against Steve, Reds, and Sean for a while now. You're willing to do the... You accused me of being gossip, but Sly, I invite you to a debate, a discussion, a loose one, a calm one, a normal one, where I will own you, showing that you, in fact, are the gossip channel with that video, and I, in fact, have made all my criticisms off of hard, provable, reproducible, easily findable evidence. Sly, and if you'd like to say that that's not true, I'm waiting on you to come talk, my dude. You can bring whatever evidence you got, whatever you have, and come right on in the front door. And we will have the epic discussion of the century where I will prove you are the gossip channel in this situation and that I am using... I just don't understand. You've seen this. You saw this. You saw this list. And instead of reading it, you just wiped it off the table. You do realize this list is targeted toward your audience. These are people, compared to SLY SPARKANE, who makes content, these are coming from people that rarely do anything. One, major criticism. Two, it's coming from people who do, like Reds. He's got videos that are monetized that have 1 million views and still gets views. So he's pulling in a damn good paycheck from YouTube and his very low-paying minimum wage job. He's probably more well off than even you, Sly, and still is either advertising or facilitating these GoFundMe campaigns against his audience so that Sean, Steve, and co. will get more money. And you will say, you don't have any evidence, Uni. You said that. You said that I don't have evidence. My dude, you are worse than Nathan Oakley. You are a quantum eraser of gossip criticism. And I will show it to you right now. Thank you very much.
I am the one. But with that, we actually do have a purpose with everything that Sean and JC are facing, with the extended circumstances of the reason for their road trip.
The extended circumstances of the reason for their road trip. Now, I'm waiting on a couple more links, but let's go here first. Let's try to get most of our criticism done here. Sean Huffer did this. This is not from Cy Strikeling's channel, but it was on Cy Strikeling's channel. They like to private things, Reds and Sean and them. They also like to buddy up to Cy Strike and say things like, Uni deletes a comment, Uni privates a video. When in reality, if you are going to criticize me because the algorithm caught your comment or my spam filter caught your comment, you at least need to criticize them for deleting videos, deleting GoFundMes, deleting fundraisers, and hiding them. You should at least make the statement. It makes you extremely biased, almost like a flat earther ignoring evidence in front of his face to continue claiming the earth is flat so that they can run a GoFundMe campaign that you eventually, Sly, would criticize if it wasn't Sean, Reds, or Steve, thus exposing massive hypocrisy. This is a GoFundMe campaign. This is 2 out of 2. Now, the first one details, I'll just go ahead and grab it. Why not? Let's just dig in. Let's dig our heels in, because I guess me putting out a video on the Rock-A-Lot channel isn't enough for you guys in the community who I tag and send the information to be able to actually open your eyeballs like you would if Nathan Oakley did it and look at what these guys have been doing to your communities. Let's see here. Where's the money at? And see what these guys have been doing to your communities. Just a few people. The same ones. Repeat GoFundMes. You don't have emergencies every 3 weeks, do you? They do. You don't need to do GoFundMe campaigns every month or two, do you? They do. And if somebody did that towards the same group of people, using people like you, Sly, people like Team and Fight, other creators to advert their money benefit to increase the likelihood that more people are going to donate more money to these campaigns, you'd think you guys would be pissed about that, because they don't need help at this point. This isn't about helping them when an emergency pops up, as AT2 Pro Dachshunds is so quick to say in this clip. Why in the world they're... No, stop. What this is them noticing how well their attempt at taking money from the community has worked in the past and saying to themselves, well, damn, we spent $8,000 in under 2 months, and now we need more money. In the case of the GoFundMe campaign you're about to listen to, after they took in on the what is said to be $10,000, and we can prove 7 or 8, they might have proved the 10 by now, but when last I sat down and talked to people, it was 7 or 8,000. Then says the money got stolen from their bank account, and I'm going to play the clip for you, Sly, since you're too lazy to look at this thing, go to the right, look at the link and title, and type it in and listen for yourself. Let's broadcast it to the entire community here, because they said somebody pulled the biggest hacking move that's ever happened. There was like a $10,000 GoFundMe in that account, and Cy Strikeling and Sean had barely even touched it when the hacker rushed in, ripped the money out of the account, hacked into the bank. Maybe they robbed the bank. Did they rob the bank account? Did they hack the bank account? Did they seduce somebody and get that person to let their guard down, and they ended up having a key to that specific bank account and take the $10,000? Either way, just a month or two later, they need another GoFundMe campaign that did receive thousands of dollars. What you're hearing here in such a well-said, well-prepared and spoken way, like he's reading from a script, AT2 Pro Dachshunds wants thousands more for Sean and Cy Strikeling because it got stolen. I think this is the clip. If it's not, this other video is, so let's listen to both of them.
There's a reason why the description only has one thing in there. It is the link to Sean Hufford's PayPal. That way he can be recouped the funds that were unceremoniously taken from him.
You are really bad at this, AT2 Pro Dachshunds. Unceremoniously. Wow. You describe me sharing a PayPal link, www.paypal.me/UNIRock, if you like my show, and my Patreon, which is UNIRock on Patreon, as e-begging, ripping off the community, all these crazy criticisms when you discuss it. But Sean claiming that his $10,000 in GoFundMe money was stolen, or $7,000 was stolen, and then had to run another one a month and a half later to charitably recoup the unceremoniously, not a lie, more money into their account. Wow, dude, you are freaking a master wordsmith, AT2 Pro Doxing.
Him by the former roommate.
Oh, okay.
By the
Let me
former
talk
who?
about this, Jared. First of all, Jared, were you actually about to call me Sean?
Hold on a minute, Sly Sparkaneling. This is Sean Hufford's voice. The video from Cy Strikeling's channel.
Oh, perfect.
Pufford. Yeah, it was. I stopped myself.
Funny joke, AT2 Pro Doxing. You stopped yourself.
I stopped myself.
I caught that. But anyway, what
I'll
happened
shut
is
up, I swear.
everybody should be aware by now that me and JC are a thing now. You know,
What?
Who cares that you and JC are banging? Yeah, Cy Strike is probably rolling over in his grave over it. Who cares, though? You guys have a good life. And we get on to you needing more money from the community after claiming the money was stolen, please.
we're an actual couple. Surprise, surprise, you know. But my old roommate, which we had a joint bank account.
Christina, it's okay. You don't have to share it. I think it's on a timer, is it not? Yeah, you don't have to share it. It's okay.
For the last, 12 years, decided that even though the whole purpose of the fundraiser that we held many months back was to get them back down to their family in Georgia, and I was going to be moving on to Red.
Oh, wow. That's additional information that everybody who donated money to the campaign had no clue about. We thought, as the community, as Sean told us, that Sean was going to go live with Reds, needed a shit ton of money to do it, like $8,000. Got it, too, right? Didn't he? Well, look, we're going to look at the paper in a minute. They needed to move Sean down to Red's house. I was supportive. I'm fine with that because Red's had a job for Sean. He wouldn't have to do a GoFundMe campaign every 3 weeks because he'd have a job and he'd be on his feet with Reds doing content. So not only are you paying for him to be well off, you're paying for your creators to make content together, live together, work together, and have a damn good old time. That is until he didn't do that without refunding the money and doing a new GoFundMe campaign, not doing what the people donated for, which, by the way, is the accepted manner of criticism with GoFundMe campaigns on YouTube. If you do advertise you're going to take money for a GoFundMe, for a Kickstarter, for an Indiegogo, and you don't do what you say you're going to do with the money and instead do something else, it is valid to criticize it at that point for the many channels that solely criticize GoFundMe campaigns out there. One good point to make, so let's let them keep talking.
Well, because of my meeting of JC, my destination has changed, but the whole plan was to get my ex-roommate.
Well, I'm actually, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart here, happy for you if you guys are in love, if you're going to stay together, if you, I liked you, Sean. You know I did. You can sit and talk as much shit as you want behind the scenes, my dude. I liked you. I just don't get how you're so brazen to be doing this in the background, knowing that the other creators on the platform don't know about it, and still, like, you should have avoided creators that will talk about this kind of thing if you were going to do this. Because honestly, this whole, like, there are people out there, if you guys don't know this by now, that have been tracking Sean, Reds, Steve, and a couple other people who have been, with the evidence that they run these constant GoFundMe campaigns, that they troll people, dox people, harass people, lie about people, and basically buddy up to big creators like the Lily Jean thing, the Earl David Warden, RA thing, like you heard in my video, so that they can get followers, they can get more people to donate to them through these GoFundMes, and this is how they kind of get their following to advert to. It's not through good content. It's not through, like the point that was made by a member of the community earlier, Patreon and Super Chat being, and advertising revenue being money that was for the work you've done, like the stream you're doing, the video you've uploaded, the constant work you put out on your channel that somebody wants to continue, as opposed to what charity is for a GoFundMe. And paying rent is a charity on a GoFundMe. It is not work that you've done on a channel, super chats towards a good stream, or advertising money that you earn from your video being clicked by people. That designation is just logical. It is just not the same thing. I honestly can't believe it's almost like what's his name? SLY SPARKANE talked to one of these guys. It's almost like he sat down and had a conversation with one of these guys, and they pumped his head full of the fact that it's the same thing, my dude. Me doing a GoFundMe is the same thing as me doing a long-ass stream, preparing it for hours, working my ass off doing the stream, sharing the hell out of it, doing it all the time so that I can get a lot of followers, so I can have like a reputation on the network as a content creator. Yeah, did you know that funding your, by not working, not getting a job that you told the people you wanted, and by actually not uploading content when you run a GoFundMe campaign for your personal life, it is the equivalent of these things you make by working on YouTube. And my mind is baffled that I just learned something today. I clicked the wrong thing. All right.
Back down to Georgia. Well, they decided that when I came out here to start getting things settled in with JC, to start draining the bank account.
Now, for SLY SPARKANE, who mercilessly made fun of me, criticized me, and said that I was a gossip channel, this isn't gossip when I have evidence behind it, my dude. Just to make sure I, completely wreck your entire shitty production there. He is stating the things that I am stating in the video you're criticizing that you said wasn't backed by evidence. He's stating he didn't go get the job. He's stating that is what they said they were going to do. He's stating the reasons for it, which make no sense whatsoever. And then that somebody drained. He uses the word drain. I prefer using the word, yes, I agree with him that it's drained, because it was probably Cy Strikeling who drained the account with Sean, not some random dude that hacked the account, but whatever.
So their first day was 3 days ago. They decided to take $300 out of the account. I was thinking, okay, maybe they're just going to buy a bus trip and be all done with it. And
I'm not saying that somebody said not doing what you promised with the money is fraud, in my opinion. I respect your opinion. I don't think it is. I think that it's all according to context, okay? Basically, he did nothing even similar to what he said he was doing with the money. With this. Thus is where... Now, here's the issue. I'm showing this here because SLY SPARKANE says that I did my video from the other day just to gossip and just to attack Steve or something like that. whatever crazy, insane ramblings he's putting out at this point. He's lost his entire debunking mindset and evidence-based mindset. I'm playing this not to say you haven't heard it, you don't know about it now to this point. I'm sure there's a lot of new people learning about this, and not to say that people can't do something different with their GoFundMe money. Obviously, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that each thing should be talked about and context should be given. The same damn argument they give to flat earthers when flat earthers try to, do what Sly did, which is basically, what's the word? You guys type it in the chat. It's that shit that we were just talking about that narcissists do. I'm not saying Sly is a narcissist. Shit, dude. Type it in the chat. I'll read it when you say it. But that's exactly what they're doing. They're changing history. They're saying, no. Sean didn't do anything wrong with this GoFundMe. Oh, no. Uni's just doing this to create drama. It's just not pigeonholing. You know what I'm saying. Type it in the chat.
And then the next day, they took out another 480.
Really? So some random person just got in your account and took a bunch of your GoFundMe money that'd been sitting there for months.
Ow.
At that point, things had to be done. So
Yeah, lying and rewriting history, but remember, what's the thing, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the name of that? Oh, shit. What am I thinking here, right? Where I always say it's like lying, but it's like a descriptor of an argument. Like, it's almost like a fallacy somebody uses in an argument. You know what I'm talking about? Gaslighting. Thank you. Gaslighting me with this whole thing, production from Sly. Yeah.
me and JC hopped in the van after she got off work, came back to Indiana. The money's gone. There's no way.
So you go back to Indiana? Okay. Weird, right? The whole thing was about going to Florida to get a job with Reds. Now, I know that Reds and Sean and for some reason Sly, either because he didn't look at any of the evidence or because he's seen the evidence and he's just pretending like he hasn't, just so they get it, I'm going to get basic with my response because Sly's response was exceptionally basic. Okay? I'm going to get really basic coming up here. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm going to get really base level here.
No way I'm getting that back. They've already gotten on the bus, but we kind of...
The fact that he didn't go anywhere at all where he promised, the fact that he didn't have a job, and the fact that the advertising of those things to get people to donate to the GoFundMe makes it, in my opinion, bullshit. I don't understand. Let's do my thing I said earlier. So we've got Nathan Oakley, Sleeping Warrior, and Quantum Eraser. Nathan Oakley and Sleeping Warrior finally meet, and they decide to start dating each other just like they did. Okay? Then you've got Red's Rhetoric. Well, we'll put Quantum Eraser in Red's place. Now, Nathan and Sleepy, they don't have jobs. They're constantly doing GoFundMe campaigns, needing assistance, never putting up much content. And Quantum Eraser says, dude, come to Alabama. Come from Maine to Alabama, where I live on the farm, and I will get you a job. You'll make good money. You'll be set for yourself. You can go to work with me. You can drive with me. You can ride with me. They say, okay, but we can't make it there. We got to move our stuff. We've got to drive, eat, all that. We need a GoFundMe. And the Flat Earth community steps up and funds $8,000 to them, Oakley and Sleepy, to move down to Alabama with Quantum Eraser. You realize that every one of these guys, from Reds to Steve to Sean, over to the rest of the debunking community, would all agree wholeheartedly that the GoFundMe campaign was bullshit. And, as they've done in the past, they would make statements like, this was all a big ruse. This was all a big lie. Obviously, Nathan and Sleepy spent all the money and redid the GoFundMe campaign because they spent all the money, not because some other random flat earth or Jaronism came in and hacked their bank account, right? There would be massive criticism from the flat earth debunking community over this. You get what I'm saying? So, how in the Sam hell, if that's the case, as proven with the way that SLY SPARKANE criticized FE Core. I could go in, if I wanted to take the time, just from my memory, and I could grab the things that SLY SPARKANE said about FE Core and the criticisms he had there, and use those same criticisms to criticize Nathan Oakley, Sleeping Warrior, and Quantum Eraser for doing multiple GoFundMe campaigns, and then imagine after the second one, they don't make their way to Florida, they don't get the job, and they pop up again on Cy Strikling's channel to do another GoFundMe campaign, and then Quantum Eraser pops up like Red's Rhetoric did on his channel and wants to fund a camera part. And guess where the money goes when they do that on Red's channel? You already know if you've been listening to me. Obviously, Sly hasn't, so I'll re-say it. When they did another GoFundMe after this one to rub it in the face of the community, all the donations Reds took in for his camera part went into Sean Hufford's bank account. Now, I could do lots of things like saying that the Flat Earth debunking community would rise up and say, you just had your bank account stolen from, and yet Reds is going to be okay funneling another $1,000 or $500 there for a camera part just a few months later after receiving all of this criticism 2 nights ago from Blue Knee Socks, a different creator that isn't UNIRock. Oh my God. But you can take Sleeping Warrior, Nathan Oakley, Quantum Eraser out of the equation. You can take Blue Knee Socks out of the equation, replace Blue Knee Socks with me, UNIRock, replace those 3 with Sean Hufford, Cy Strikling, and Red's Rhetoric, and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You've got the exact situation here without the criticism from the Flat Earth debunking community. Without the criticism, what I'm telling you is I have now exposed the greatest flaw in the Flat Earth debunking community before I expose the next greatest flaw. And I don't mean the whole community. I'm not criticizing, Cats or Cyman or Blue Marble or Bob or any of the other creators that actually make content. In fact, before Sly popped up and did this incredibly off-base stream, I would have added Sly to the list next to Cyman. But my point is, this community, who also then you could look over to Steve McRae and what he did with Non Sequitur, the lies he told around it in order to get people to support his Patreon, promising, why don't we just go ahead? I just uploaded a video earlier about all this that you should watch, The Truth of the Non Sequitur Show. You got Mr. McRae lying about all the different parts. I busted him in his lies in The Truth of Non Sequitur. I put a video clip up, the complete where he gets caught lying and his face turns beet red, and he continued to lie after that clip. And you could draw comparisons between how he promised that he was going to restart the Non Sequitur show. He promised that he needed patrons to do it. The community responded. YouTubers like me and others advertised his lies to get the patrons from Non-Sec to go over to Steve's stuff so we could get our Non Sequitur show back. And he didn't give it to us. Instead, he doxed a bunch of people, harassed a bunch of people, and never did the new Non Sequitur. This is a commonality between Sean, Reds, and Steve in what they do with AT2 Pro Doxins, using Look-a-Pig as someone to attack, like Fight the Flat Earth when Fight funnels money out of their group. Remember that whole ordeal? That's what that all boiled down to. They used Look-a-Pig because they were mad that Fight paid attention and saw them with a GoFundMe campaign. Now, Fight, his audience came from Non Sequitur. You know that Reds and Steve and Sean, they make the money from Non Sequitur fans, not some random person out there. Good stream, Uni. Have a wonderful night. Thank you, Suge, my dude. Appreciate it much. Anyway, though, I will stop drawing comparisons for Sly Sparkane because Sly, in my opinion, as much as I don't want to say this about him, I just have to draw the conclusion, like all of you have drawn at this point about Sly, he's just doing basic damage control for these guys. The people they have left in their community that haven't been affected by the truth coming out, who haven't left their community and gone to Cyman, gone to Cats, gone to the other creators that have nothing to do with these guys, the people that haven't realized that they've been used by these guys, lied to by these guys, all for a couple dollars, which is the most disrespectful thing they could do, on top of the fact that these guys constantly are attacking other creators like Sly did. And Sly doesn't have a history of that. It's really sad to me to find out Sly has been caught up in this mess because he wants to defend some friends. But in all reality, you should be judging people like Sly Sparkane because of one reason, and that is his entire premise of his channel has to do with calling out flatties. So when somebody who literally is mixed into your community does something way worse than even most of the flatties do, you're not going to call them out for abusing your community? What if one of the flatties disguised themselves as a debunker, lied about becoming a debunker, and started getting donations from the debunking community and getting a bunch of them, like Steve or Sean or Reds, when in reality you had evidence to prove they were still a flatty and they were doing it all for money? Sly would have come out and exposed them. A lot of the guys would have come out and exposed them. It just can't happen if it's Sean, Reds, or Steve. That's when you got to attack those other creators. That's when you got to become a liar yourself. That's when you've got to become worse than the damn flatties that you've always criticized, Sly, to save the couple subs you'll retain from defending them, right? I don't think you'll retain any personally. Just saying, my dude. Into the news. I challenge to you, Sly, that I care more about this community, even though I've left it, than you even do still being inside it. With your shitty video and your shitty defense of the actual con artists and scammers in your midst. When you are too scared to be able to stand up and defend your viewers and defend the people out there in front of you who actually support you simply because you're worried that Sean, Reds, and Steve might have a few people with the wool pulled over their eyes still that might leave, that's when you don't meet the basic criteria to be someone making content in your community. Hopefully you can fix this, Sly, and actually look at the evidence. I don't want you to believe me. You don't have to believe me, my dude. I've got it all in front of your damn face. It's not that they did these. It's the amount of them they did, the amount of money they requested, the amount of money they received, and how many of them they lied about, how many were egregiously repeated and constant, and comparing it to the content that they put out. There are more creators out there, people in more dire straits than any of them by a long shot, that actually deserve this money in your community, a place that I don't exist anymore, my dude. But don't think I still don't care to come out and call this shit out. I'll do it all day long, my man. I really don't care how many times you call me Gossip Rock, because I really do think that you yourself are more like a lie. What's his name again? Sly Spark. Lie flat Kane. You're just a lying flatty, really. You really are. You are willing to degrade your channel down to the same level as flat earthers to blindly defend somebody, and God knows if it's because you didn't do the evidence and the work to look into the evidence, or if it's just because they're your friends. But let's break this down a little further. Hold up, Sean. Hook me back up, my dude. Give me a little more on this before we move forward.
There's no way I'm getting that back. They've already.
There's no way anybody hacked your account and then stole the money from you in the first place. You guys spent it.
Gotten on the bus, but
you know how I know? Because instead of Red's Rhetoric, instead of Reds and the others doing this stream, they all said no. You had to do it on Cy Strikling's channel, and you had to get Jared to stand up there, AT2 Pro Doxings, and be the one that adverted it for you. And he did such a horrible job. You could, dude, the tone of his voice, the way he talks, the things he said, it's so apparently obvious he's just bullshitting through the whole thing. It's a painful, cringy stream to watch.
We kind of had to pay for all this out of JC's pocket because my bank account got...
We kind of had to pay for all of this out of JC's pocket. No, that's a complete lie. Probably why you use the word kind of there, but that's a lie. Bullshit, JC paid for anything. You went into this with like 10,000 bucks, my dude, just a month and a half or 2 months before you did this stream. JC didn't pay for shit. JC spent the community's damn money lying to the community to get it, lying to the community about what they were spending it on, and you didn't even care. It is so insane to think not only that they would come back and do another GoFundMe campaign after taking, like, how many months of salary is it for minimum wage? 6, 7, 8, 7 months of salary on minimum wage these guys made in one night because they adverted it to Red's Rhetoric's audience, who has 30,000 people to con, right? But then they spent it all in 2 months and have the nerve to come back and do another GoFundMe because they're broke, drinking it all away or whatever the hell they did. They don't have a single receipt. They don't have a single piece of evidence to back what they're saying. You know what I asked for when I found out about this? Oh, hey, Sly, you probably think I just attacked people, right? No, I asked for the police report. I said, look, dude, if this really happened to you, I won't even give a fuck. But guess what I was told, Sly? They didn't file a police report, and they gave the dumbest reason why. They said something to the effect of, it wouldn't have mattered if we filed. Now, I can remember so many times people have said that flatties need to prove that they had an issue and need to put the evidence out for it, and a flattie came back with the same excuse, and you guys railed them for it. Anyway, you declined to rail these guys for this, but no police report, no evidence that this was stolen. Even if they were a shared individual on your account, you could still call the cops if they stole your damn money, my dude. People do it all the time. Even if the cops aren't going to do anything, if you're going to want to sue them later, you're going to need a police report. Even if you want to do a GoFundMe campaign, you're going to need a police report to prove to people that you were serious enough. And you know why people don't file a police report when they claim something like this? Because the police will actually go look at the spending history on the bank account, and no one else will, right? Before the police go and say, hey, you stole money out of Sean and Cy Strikling's account, person, they're actually going to look at the history of the account and decide whether the behavior of the spent money matches the story they're being told about the money being stolen. But to make sure nobody did that, they didn't file a police report, and thus I criticized them, only to have SLY SPARKANE. I'll go ahead and do what Nathan Oakley does. SPARKANE come in to blindly defend them, saying I'm blindly attacking. I'm not blindly attacking anybody. I am standing up for the people that were kind enough to take their hard-earned money and give it to these guys in their GoFundMe mess. Virtue signaling their, life problems in order to get people to donate. Let's let this finish, though, because we've got other clips to see, Sly. I could honestly play hours of clips, Sly, for you to just hand wave it away as no evidence. Which I've actually done this. I've already done a video like this too, Sly.
And yeah, that's where we're at now. We're trying to recoup the losses for that.
You're trying to recoup the losses. Actually, no. The people that should recoup their losses are the patrons, the people that donated to your GoFundMe. Because if it stayed in the bank account, they put the money in the bank account, you should have just filed a police report just to show them you're willing to defend them. Let alone the fact that they are the ones that had a loss. You're claiming you didn't take that money out of the account and spend it, so it wasn't your money. That literally was money that was transferred from the viewer's bank account because of your issue that you cried about into your account that you claim stayed there until it was stolen by somebody. It's not your money to recoup, ding-dong face. How in the fuck do you get to recoup that money? So let's say you had $2,000 unjustly stolen from your bank account of the GoFundMe money of the nice people that watched the show and donated. Let's just say that. $2,000, not the $8,000 you lost that you spent. Let's say 2 of it, right? How in the world couldn't you have just had $5,000 to go get an apartment and do your thing with for like 6 months? There are people out there that make $800 last them an entire month. You guys had 10,000 or 7 or 8, 9, 10,000 that were gone in 2 days. I'm sorry, 2 months. 2 months, not days, months. and you want to act like you need to recoup some of it with AT2 Productions, Super Fund Me Drive on SlyStrikeLink's channel. This is, by the way, just spitting on SlyStrike's channel. Is anyone else going to say it? Fine, I will. This is just spitting on what SlyStrike did for the community. Oh, I know. No one else out there will stand up and say it, but the guy who's not even in your damn community anymore has to do it because of how scared all of you are of losing 10 freaking subs. It's ridiculous. You all are ridiculous.
Oh, push him away.
Yeah, that was a very fun, unplanned adventure.
Yeah, I'm sure it was, bro. You know, that's the one thing I think that you said accurate. This was a probably very fun, unplanned adventure. One, you got a shit ton of money from the community. And two, somehow you got up and did this stream a couple months later and got away with it. This is Sly. Oh, Sly Sparkane. This is the most ironic part of this whole mess. They got away with this, and no one would have gave a fuck. Nobody would have cared. You know why people eventually did give a fuck? I just said it. I'm going to say it again for you, Sly, because I know you're hard of hearing and hard of thinking here. When we went in and looked at this, we were willing to forgive also. Once we realized everything, we said not only that, the first thing we said was, you got a police report or anything else? And we started talking about it, but we also said, if they don't do any more GoFundMe campaigns, we're just going to do a Rock-A-Lot video and let it go. It was the next day that Reds does a GoFundMe campaign, and not long later that others started to do it who are in this mess with them. The next day. So here's what Reds did, just to make sure you catch up to this. Reds saw my video where I call him, Sean, AT2 Productions, and Steve out for abusing their community, not just with lying about non sequitur to gain patrons, but to get a bunch of money out of you guys since they're making less money since non-sec crashed. Then, hold up. So I called Steve Group of Fundraising Criminal Cabal and asked what it would take for him and his lackeys to get an effing job at 8:07 on his live stream. He looked very sad and blocked me. I love you as a human being. You are such a brave and awesome human being. You know, I just don't understand why the community's not outraged. Every other community where anything like this comes out, people are outraged. And I know you guys are. I know there are thousands of people that are outraged. But I'm saying the greater community at large is trying to... because now, they're doing this because of creators. I'm talking about creators, not viewers. They are sweeping this under the rug so that their viewership, less of the viewership will know what happened. And it all would have gone away if they wouldn't have kept doing GoFundMe campaigns. And yet they did, Sly. They did. You know, there are people in Discord servers that have been in this community for years who vehemently agree with me on this because I've heard from them. And I'm talking old school members of the community who don't produce anymore and some that do. There are people out there that have blocked Reds and Steve after learning what they did to their community because they're in the community with them. They feel bad for the people that pulled out their wallet and donated to these guys with no content. If they would do constant content, they might have gotten away with this. Because constant content is constant work, right? They didn't do any of that. They got no real content to speak of. Reds is busy. GoFundMe campaign, drama stream. GoFundMe campaign, drama stream. I do it 17 more times. Rocket launch. Repeat 20 times. Rocket launch. Repeat. GoFundMe campaign, drama stream another 10 times. Rocket launch. And somehow Sly Sparkane says I'm the one conning the community. I'm the one doing this with no evidence. Maybe Sly doesn't realize that Reds unlists all these videos. Well, guess what, Sly, you ding-dong? I'm about to start treating him like a flattie. We put all the links right here to all the unlisted videos, to all the to the regularly listed videos. When they deleted a video, it's all updated. We've got the name and everyone that did it. And I'm not saying everybody on here is a bad guy, by the way. But definitely the people who we are talking about are involved in the campaigns on this list. And even if we take out a couple of the GoFundMe campaigns from Radical or someone else that are only on the list, I don't have an issue with Radical. I think Radical's a good creator. I fully support him, and I don't care. You can say that that's not true, but I didn't make this list. I didn't put him on. I was against him being on. Other people disagreed, and that's their right, and I'm glad they disagreed. He should at least be on it if they had anything to do with it, and it does matter because it's part of the story. But anyway, my point here is, let's just look at, you know what, let's do this, Sly. Since I have no evidence, let's look before we go to the next video. Let me make sure I got these Your sound is weird. Way better now. Uni. I called Steve fundraising criminal cabal. Good stream. Okay, got him. Okay, I got him. I didn't want to miss any. If you donated to PayPal and I didn't see it, and you had a note attached to it, just let the mods know. They will ding me in a few minutes, and I'll make sure to read out what you sent me. In fact, I'm checking now just to be safe. You know what I'm saying? I won't miss your stuff. I'm just telling you. And we haven't streamed here in a while. You know what you could do? If you like my work, if you like the videos I do and the streams that I do, whether it's here or Rock a Lot, you could join UNIRock too. It really helps out. Got an issue with me saying that, Sly? Oh, actually, you do. You said that in your video. You do have an issue with me doing that. So the entirety of YouTube, who makes constant daily content like me and does daily live streams for hours and hours on end while doing video editing for hours and hours on end for the people that want to watch our stuff, if we got that PayPal, that join button, or anything else, Sly thinks we're ding-dongs. Got it. All right, I got them all. Good. All right, just wanted to make sure I had that pulled up. Let's get back into it. Let's do this really quick. Let's get some type of music that will seemingly fit the mood of what's going on here. I don't even need a sound guy, Sly. I don't even need to hire a sound guy or someone to operate my OBS studio or run my channel, my dude. I don't even need it. Steve McRae's manager just hooked me up. Oh my God, this is going to be a bad one. He's going to rail me. I know that Steve McRae's manager. Steve McRae's manager says, Steve is so mad at me because my alter ego called him organization a criminal cabal and told him to get an effing job. Steve McRae's manager, this is why me and you still get along, even though you're managing a client that hates me. Just saying. I'm just playing. So let's go through what these fundraising campaigns were for. Just some of them. They're not even all on here. Sean Hufford funeral. Red Rhetoric trip to New York City. Reds, you're a con man. You want to know why I think Reds is a con man, Sly? I said this on Rock a Lot. I don't think I said it here. Because he tries, when he's streaming, he drops these little hints where he tries to get people to think he's got this nice job and that he's got all this money. When really, his girlfriend has come out due to some actions from Reds to expose the fact that he's just a broke joker. He is just a real-life, broke, joke, whiny guy. And he puts the thing out there to his community. You go ask people that actually support Reds, they're going to say, yeah, Reds got money. He's got nice cars. He's got a good job. He don't need the money we give him. He don't even need it. He don't even need that money. That's a complete lie. He does that so that, because if you did know that the dude is basically a Morgile plus 2 inches tall, maybe less crack. I don't know. I don't know if he does that or not. I'm just saying. I'm just saying he's like the Morgile, where he's broke as a joke and tries to put out some weird false air to his audience so they think, oh, we got to give him more money because he's one of those guys that does. He's just like Cy Mandan or anyone else. He's got a good job. He's a good dude, and he doesn't need the money, but we like his content. And for Sly not to talk about how another, oh my God, I mean the criticisms are through the roof, Sly. I mean, my God, bro, you want to say I'm milking the situation? I barely responded to you, and I could say how you realize that your title was Drama Rock or Gossip Rock. I don't mind if you think I'm drama. I admit to covering drama often. I just don't only cover drama, by the way. So it's not an insult to my channel. I am a commentary YouTuber. Thus means the entirety of me on this platform, I've been a commentary YouTuber since I had 600 subs, my dude. And yes, that is partly drama. Sorry to say it. Though, if it is a criticism of yours that me covering drama is the criticism, right? Like me covering drama somehow makes these evidence-based criticisms invalid. I never saw anything from your stream or any logic that goes there. If you do feel that way about drama, why didn't you criticize other people that run these constant GoFundMe campaigns and advertise them, whose channels are provably drama? The one good thing I can say about Sean Hufford is that he actually does something. Reds and Steve are nothing but drama channels that go around. Steve repeats the fact that he's not one to put out the appearance that he's not a drama channel. Reds deletes his drama videos so that you don't think that he's a drama channel. You only think he does this drama stuff every once in a while. It is more by a long shot than his actual content. But Tina's Second Chance, Tina Marie YouTube channel, A Marvel Girl, Radical stream to continue the fundraiser, raised $820, some money sent to the PayPal separate to the GoFundMe site and thus unknown. Then, to pay a car loan, Gap, after his car was totaled by 3 little pigs, did not get Gap insurance, the community had to pay to get Red more money for his car, money channeled through Vincent Jones, whom Red owed rent money to. And since Vincent Jones, I'm trying to get to come on my channel, has come out to tell the story about how Red's owed Vincent rent money, and instead of paying him, racked it up and left his house, flipped him off and said, go to hell, ding dong. Then did a bunch of GoFundMe campaigns. Didn't give any money to Vincent, though. See, Reds is a real-life con artist, even the same as he's an internet con artist. Let's riff YouTube Bullinator. Reschedule of a SpaceX launch hotel room. Sean shows 1 day of his PayPal account created on May 5th. Move into a new apartment with Look-a-Pig as a flatmate. Who did that? Who did that one? Brand's fundraiser. David Homeless Prevention. Hold on, where am I? Oh, past it? Nope. For the purchase of a Walkera Voyager 4 drone for observations to do a video across Lake Chicago. Medical cost resulting from a car accident. Signaling that he needs money for a mic, computer, and a capture card. People will donate because he has to scrape every penny for a month, then gets some very large super chats during the stream. Interesting text with Strike and Sean for the stream event. It will be Sean fundraiser. That's on Rhetoric's channel. That's for Reds. While he's texting who? Strike and Sean. Sean lost his job. Money raised in a removed stream. Mention of the hidden stream and additional call for money to these YouTube links, my dude Sly. This is called evidence. It's actually got timestamps too, my dude. You don't have to do any of the work. It's right here for you. Legal fund for suing Kyle from GoFund Steve McRae. Remember when he did that to sue Kyle? Went ahead and raised money, but then a rich person stepped in and ended up paying for the whole lawsuit. Guess what Steve did with the money he raised? Kept it. Used it to attack Katie Joy. Used it to dox people, used it to harass people, used it to lie to people, used it to buy a brand new Cheshire Vic, which is purchasable for only $15,000. Very cheap if you think about it. Moving to... Give me 1 second, please. That was too funny. I don't want to laugh at my own joke. Stop it. Stop it. Hold on. Okay. All right. Guys, leave the other creators alone in the chat. Let me talk to them. Don't hate on them. Listen, here's what's up. Let me get serious for a minute. I've been railing these guys for a while. I don't have an issue with Sly other than the video he did, and honestly, I don't even care. You can... The only thing I care about is your video's appearance to the community, Sly. That's what I care about, okay? Yeah, I'll come on here. I'll act the way I do. I'll do my thing, right? But in reality, let me just throw my thing out the window. Fuck it. This is a problem in the community. This is an actual issue. You guys obviously can't look at your patrons and your viewers like these guys do. You can't. You can tell when you watch your channel, Sly. You can't do it, my dude. You can't look at this like they do. You have to have some feeling inside of you that this is wrong as fuck. Steve McRae's manager needs to call Reds. Red flag. There is a Florida law that will take the guns of the deranged people to protect the public. Ask Reddit about the Burger King incident. Will do, Steve McRae's manager. I need more advice from you, so just letting you know. Just to get serious with you guys, I like being Furball. I like Sly. I like the people that do the content against the Flatties, because they are doing something good and they're funny and I learned something from them. I didn't damn go from a 40,000 subscriber YouTube channel over here to this channel and start doing this kind of content just for no reason. Everybody will say Uni's just attacking Steve because he wants views. Uni's just doing this. Well, I've got a secret weapon at my disposal, Steve. I got a secret weapon at my disposal, SLY SPARKANE. I actually could just go to a channel with 36,000 subscribers and get more views than I ever get here and never have to think about any of this garbage again. And I don't. Instead, I'm just doing my content and doing my thing. So, obviously, I'm not just doing this because I want some views. This is my channel. Let me log into it and prove it. Let's log into this channel and type into my live chat real quick. Maybe they think I'm lying about this being my channel. I don't know what the damn thought process is. Here, now I'm logged into UNIRocktv. Let's go to UNIRock 2 and say hi to everybody. Hey guys, it's me, UNIRocktv. It's been a while, y'all. If I wanted views, there are many other things I could do for views. It's a very weak, trolly criticism, peeps, right? And to be real, to just break it down for a second, before I go back to finishing this shitty video, the shit show I'm doing right now, this shouldn't be allowed because you should care about your donators. You should care about the people that fund your channel and watch your channel. They are real people. They aren't just a damn number. They aren't just some YouTube account. Whether they act like complete crazy people sometimes if you get trolls or whatever, or whether they fund you, get to know you, and become your friends, they are real people on the other side. Now, you can say whatever you want about all the trolls out there on YouTube and other places, but the people that pull that money out of their wallet and send it to you you shouldn't treat them like this. I don't care if you're a flat earther. I don't care if you're a debunker. I don't care if you do commentary. I don't care if you're a gaming channel. This is valid criticism against Steve McRae, Red's Rhetoric, Sean Hufford, 82 Pro Dachshunds, Marvel Girl, and several other people, okay? You can go out there and do every ding-dong dumb stream you want saying this is gossip. You can go out there and fight what I'm doing all you want. Your audience isn't stupid. Your audience isn't dumb. Sly's video only turned more people on to the fact that this was happening. They went and looked. I heard from some of them. People that don't like me much, yet still are thankful that this is happening. Because a lot of people stopped watching. Now, again, where were all these people buddied up to? You know, we could talk about the downfall of non-sec instead of the truth of non-sec, right? Where were all of these people buddied up to? Where did they come from? They came from Steve McRae and non-sec, right? And if you watch my Truth of Non Sequitur video, I mentioned how Steve stole the GDC community. That's where Reds and Sean and 82 Pro Dachshunds came from. Steve met these con men a long time ago. Steve buddied up to Kyle when he had a good idea. The non-sec show would have taken off with or without McRae. Sorry to say it, it would have, okay? And the non-sec show might still be running right now if it wasn't for his big stinky mouth. So, really, it is a valid criticism for me to say that because of these guys, non sequitur is destroyed, and also the community has been ripped off ever since. It kind of shows you the intent of them. This shows you what they've been in it for the whole time. This shows you why they do it. It shows you they are willing to lie. It shows you why they target flat earthers. It shows you why they do the things they do. Now, I'm not saying everybody who targets a flattie is a dumb ding-dong rip-off con artist, because I'd be insulting myself. I still do content against these ding-dongs often. But I'm just saying, every community has their little set of people who look at the creators that are actually working in those communities, that are building those communities, and has those people that see them and say, I can fake that for some of that cash. That's what these guys are. I don't want SLY SPARKANE to be one of these guys. I am hoping that SLY is going to... I hope he was being honest when he did his video. And what I mean by that, he said, there's no evidence. Uni has no evidence. I hope he meant that, and that he just thinks that I have no evidence. I hope he just hasn't looked into this. And I hope that after me kind of shaking him up right now, it'll wake his ass up. He'll do another stream here in the next day or two after he has time to look at all of this and actually do a real criticism stream in the same way he would go at FE Core, the same way he would go at Oakley or Sleepy, the same way he'd go at any of them. Because it's not my job. I honestly and truly do not plan on being in your community anymore. I said this months ago, okay? I couldn't come out and actually expose the truth about Steve and his friends if I was going to stay in the community. Just wouldn't have worked. I gladly left just so you guys could shake out these snakes. Now, let's get this done. All right. Let me look for part 1 here. Is this part 2? Yeah, I need part 1. Part one. Well, is part 1 still up, or did it happen like, I skipped it. Let me go to the current live stream. If you guys find part 1, please drop it for me. Part 1 of the, that SLY Strikling stream where Sean's telling the story? The part 1 I thought was Red's stream, where Reds lets AT2 Productions have his channel for a day so that he can take Sean on there and get him the $7,000 for the beginning that he ended up having stolen from him. I was looking for part 1. Part 1 is the Red stream where the money was generated that eventually got quote-unquote stolen. So I've got some timestamps from SLY. Let's hear them. Okay, timestamp. SLY didn't watch the video. Gotta say, this timestamp is disturbing. You cannot call a request for money a scam unless you've got absolute proof. Then he says, now, against everybody starting to think it's just a ruse. Oh, I'm with you. He's probably trolling, yeah. I haven't seen anyone use money except for what they stated. My comment is that I haven't seen what very many use the money for. So what this member of the community is saying, that SLY fucking SPARKANE was saying, there isn't a bunch of GoFundMe campaigns where these guys use the money for something other than what they asked for. And the member of the community says, how can he think that if he's seen these GoFundMe campaigns? They never show any evidence for what they did, like SLY does. SLY did a GoFundMe. SLY actually showed what he bought with it, showed the receipts, showed that he did what he said he was going to do. SLY did it right. These guys didn't. That's why it's weird to see SLY go this route. Timestamp 8:20, talking about needing more money because... Oh, this is something different. Sorry. Okay, claims that you're just a gossip channel at 4:45 at 7:00. Yeah, I'm just a gossip channel. All of this is just bullshit, SLY. All of these that are actual YouTube clips that your lazy ass could have went and watched. All of these links to the GoFundMes. All these links to Let's See Chicago and all this other crap. It's all just bullshit, dude. There's no evidence at all that I put out. No, hell no. My criticisms are as empty as they could be, my dude. At 7:06, equivocates their crowdfunding to you dropping a PayPal link. SLY, you realize the way that I share my PayPal link and my Patreon is just like every other streamer and every other YouTuber out there. So you're not criticizing me, my dude. You're criticizing the entirety of the YouTube community who has a Patreon or a PayPal. That's the majority of us after demonetization. My dude, you realize I was around before demonetization. You get me? I didn't do this kind of funding stuff that I do now before it. I did it because my audience wanted me to. I bet that's why you do it. Yeah, okay. Oh, I forgot. I think I just heard a Grinch scream that he lost his wings. Oh, damn. Give me some music, ding dong. At 9:59 says it's no big deal that Sean moved somewhere else and neglects to mention the double fundraisers after Sean claimed to have been ripped off. I think SLY, at this point, I think I'm wrong to assume that SLY just hasn't seen the evidence. I think that his responses are perfectly stated so that he can avoid the worst-looking parts of this and move past them to allow himself to come to the conclusion that he's coming to, which is a flat earth move. Sly, my thumbnail, unlike yours, is backed up by massive evidence to this point, my dude. Okay, at 1719 claims that you deleted his comment and it's very telling. You're a liar. You are a liar. Let me look for it right now. I'm not saying I can find it, but I'll look for it. Oh my God, how do you do this in the new studio? Be under what? Comments. Okay, here we go. Held for review. And I can search. Okay. Sly. God damn it. I know what his picture looks like. Let me search. Oh my God. Skeptically Steve got held. Bro. Hold on. Let me approve it, Skeptically Steve. Any of my members that have comments in here, I'm automatically approving. There's Donut. Let me approve Donut. Sunny. Globachillis. Guys, I don't delete your comments. Leroy did. Look at that. Leroy tagged help airsoft fatty and it got held. Hey, Sly, you ding dong. Hold on, let me get to it. Some of these probably are bad, so I'm trying to make sure I look at them first. Let me look for him. Oh, look, there's Always Doubt. Somebody who's always here. Okay. Oh, here we go. There's Leroy, one of my members. Hashtag help airsoft fatty got held. What day was it? Do you know? Joe 50. Just put it at the bottom for me. Okay. All right, let me see if I can find this. All right, I don't see it under held for review, but I have 3,000 comments held for review. You're lying! You're lying! You're lying that you have 3,000 comments held for review, Uni. You're lying! And that the likely spam, 678 of them, you're lying! 9 hours ago. Okay, so I should find it if it's held in spam. My God, some of you guys spam my channel. Holy shit, kabibble. There are some spammy people. All right. Oh, what video would it have been on? Do we know? Because I could go by the video. Huh? I don't think I can search by name. That's the problem. Hey, Davey Crocco got freaking pulled for saying, hey, dude, how have you been? That's how bad this is. Look, I'm not lying. Davey freaking Crocco. Hey, dude, how have you been? That's bullshit, YouTube. You know, me having your comment disappear, Sly. Yeah, me having your comment disappear, that's such a good criticism of yours, you know? Hey, dude, how have you been? Hashtag help airsoft fatty. Oh, my members getting... Why is it holding my members' stuff, YouTube? My members should be able to go through, no matter what. For God's sake. I'm not turning off, though. If I turn it off, a bunch of addresses will pop up of people that McRae doesn't like. Which has been proven at this point. Fly. Anyway, I'll tweet it out if I find it. I'm not going to look while I'm live. It'll just be boring. We've got more stuff to do. To own Mr. Sly.
Back to what the whole pending toe reveal we have going on. So, looking at everything big picture, and with the difficulty that Sean has had in trying to gain employment in the area he is currently at, we have actually come up with a figure that would...
Here we go. Here we fucking go on Rhetoric's damn channel. Oh, you don't believe me. Okay, let's just get it on up here, y'all.
Back to...
Here we go on Red's channel. Helping Sean, AT2 Takeover. Now, Sly, I know that I need to literally speak this directly to you very clearly. I didn't delete your comment. I wouldn't have cared. Anything you had to say, my dude. It wouldn't have. You really? What are you? Are you one of those YouTubers that has time to go through all your comments? Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't get any content out. I've got 3 channels that I log into. Okay, I'm usually on UNIRock too. I assumed the reason why on my Periscope I said that it was on Rock a lot is I assumed he was looking at an actual stream of mine that contained the evidence. Because what Sly did was, he didn't go to my stream where I showed the evidence. He went to a stream where in the stream I state that I am discussing a previous stream again, and then proceeds to react to it. And doesn't tell people that that's the case. Because I do think Sly's a lying asshole. That's just my opinion after this, though. Maybe I'll change it by the time I get done. Maybe I'll read another little quote that we've got here in the current live stream room, and I'll change my mind about Sly by the time it goes on. You are invited here to talk, though, Sly. You are invited to come and bring your evidence of how I'm worse than what I'm showing you. Bring your evidence of how YouTubers like me that have a pay link and a Patreon are worse than what I'm showing you here. And bring your evidence to how this is defensible in your eyes. I want it. I'm not kidding, bro. I'm not shutting you out. I'm not ignoring you. You said you are mad that because you thought that I deleted one of your comments. Now, you're mad about that because your comment would have allowed people on my channel to see what you were saying. I am allowing you to take that bitch fest and say anything you wrote in that comment right on my channel, my dude. I'm giving my whole channel to you. Get your ass over here. Email UNIRocktv@gmail.com. Let's sit down and have a nice, calm man-to-man on how in the Sam hell you're not trolling with this shit. How you're not trolling me with this.
What?
If I was Team, I would be fucking livid that they did this using Team's icons. I would be fucking livid, Team. You see, Team, it's not me that was bad for your channel, my dude. You made a bad call.
The whole
sorry,
pending toe reveal we have going on. So, looking at everything big picture, and with the difficulty that...
oh, you do know that Reds highly moderates his chat. He does. There's a lot of evidence out there that he highly... So you know all those stupid fucking criticisms that you got for me, Sly? You should really be throwing at these guys. You guys want to get mad if I turn on member-only mode. You want to get mad about that? You don't even think about the shit before you say it, do you?
Sean has had in trying to gain employment in the area he is currently at, we have actually come up with a fix.
Oh my God, now hold on. You're not telling me, Sly, that this is a good criticism of them. Because my criticism is that they gained a shit ton of money by literally making him going to Florida to get a job with Reds part of the fundraiser. And because he didn't go get the damn job that they advertised, thus taking in a bunch of money from people thinking they were helping him get a job, then him not getting a job, you're telling me that that's not bullshit. All right, Sly. I just want to make sure the community knows that's how you feel, my dude.
Figure that would allow Sean to relocate and to a place where he already has an outstanding job offer.
Take me to the beaver room. I can't take this anymore.
Just has to...
You are getting owned so hard, my dude. I can't. I mean, oh my God, bro.
Go through the rest of the screening process and physically get down there. That is the upper echelon that we would hit. Which is, get ready, guys, because this is quite the number. But it's...
There's a reason why Reds let them do this on... You know what I think? I'm just going to give my opinion here. I think Reds got some of this money, and that's why he let them do this to his audience, because no YouTuber would allow these two cons to do this con job on their freaking 34,000 subs. I know this because I've got more subs than him on my main channel, and I would never let somebody do this to my subs. So I think Reds got something out of this. Just a freaking gut feeling, y'all.
It's 10,000 US.
And there's
$10,000 US dollars, Sly. Team, your name is on this. And you're going to yell at me because I kicked 2 people out of Steve's chat that deserved to be kicked out of his chat. 2, you said I'm dishonorable, team. In a video on your channel, I'm dishonorable for kicking 2 people out of Steve's chat room when he forgot to take my wrench away because they said things that no one should be saying in a chat, right? Not to mention that they were against Steve's rules that he had said for us to moderate with, but that also they were against YouTube's rules and I kicked them. Steve goes to team and lies to team and says Uni is the worst person in the world because he kicked 2 people out of the chat. It didn't deserve it. Didn't do nothing wrong. He just went on a kicking spree. It took me 30 seconds to kick those 2 people. I could have kicked 20 in that time anyway. But the point, team, that's the only criticism that you had against me. Remember? DFOTY? Man, Uni's a bad guy kicking people out of a chat. Well, that makes you a bad guy too. And it makes all these other dickheads bad guys because they kick more people out of chats than I do. And they did this. Now, I need part 2 again because I almost can't believe that Sly Strike Kane, I can't believe that what's his name, has the damn nerve to say that I don't have evidence when I've got the red stream where they ask for $10,000 for the specific purpose of getting Sean a job with Red's scammer Rhetoric. Got me? And then I've got the stream after where Sean says that the $10,000 was stolen. He didn't get to go down and get the job, and he needed another GoFundMe campaign where he raised thousands more. On Sly Strike's channel. My dude, you, Sly, suck at this.
There's actually a very legitimate reason for that. Just to explain, where I live now, when you break a lease, you have to pay the remainder of said lease.
Yeah, you have to, don't you? Like, I bet you didn't. I bet you paid them. I bet you, instead of just walking out the front door and going to Florida or going to another state, which you did, I bet you took the time to take that $10,000 and hand the rest of the lease money to that damn landlord. I bet you did that, my dude. I think that's bullshit. I think this is a lie.
So I'm at 10 months in, left on my lease. So that would be 10 months of rent I would have to pay to not get sued.
You're just making an excuse because you wanted $10,000 and you knew that if you went to this channel, you'd get it. You'd get close at least. And the sad part is, there's a reason why Reds himself wasn't there. There's a reason that they scheduled this on a day when Reds wouldn't have been there. There's a reason for it. Reds knew this was scummy. Reds knew he could get criticized for this. Reds wanted to make sure that any of his audience members who looked at this said, well, I'm not going to unsub from Reds because Reds wasn't there. And even though Sean and AT2 Pro Doxing were really flippant and treated us like complete idiots by doing the stupid $10,000 GoFundMe based on a job that Sean would get, I normally would unsubscribe from a channel in that situation, but Reds isn't there, so I'll just unsubscribe from Sean and AT2 Pro Doxing. This is what they do. Watch the Truth of Non Sequitur that I uploaded earlier on this channel. This is their modus operandi, to con your community. That's what they do.
That's why it's a big number. Yeah, I could still ditch out and wait for the court papers to come in for violating the lease, or they're going to collect, put me through a collection agency, and I'd not make money for however.
They can't take your money in that. And that's what the hell are you talking about? You're not going to fucking draft your paycheck because you got out of a lease. You realize instead of paying them $10,000, you could have just found a tenant. You do know that. You purposely didn't bring up that you can avoid this entire situation by just advertising in a paper for a couple weeks and getting a tenant to replace you on your lease. You realize that if you do that, the court can't charge you for the remainder of your lease. You got me?
however long I'm working where I have the job.
Do y'all not have renters' rights or renters' protection rules there? There's
See, now Team actually is smart. Like, dude, what the hell, bro? Like, this doesn't make sense, Team is saying. Team is saying, what in the fuck is going on here, Sean? This doesn't make sense. But he's trying to not, like, call his friend out in front of everybody.
Not very many.
Yeah, but there's laws that are designed for this. Like, most...
Yeah, there are, Team. And I've never heard of anybody getting out of a lease and owing thousands of dollars that you then have to beg from someone else's channel when they conveniently aren't there.
And it would be interesting to know that
Reds approved this. If he didn't, he would have went live and apologized.
State is not, that a state or a county doesn't, like, look out for people who fall upon hard times that can't pay rent, that don't need to be sued for 10 months worth of rent when they could just usually pay us 60 days to get out of it.
I need money. 7K is good, says Insidious. They asked for 10, my dude.
That's just
So not only Mr. SLY SPARKANE and everybody other creator in the community that thinks I'm just drama, not only did I discuss this because of this fully sourced, fully complete data set on them, these people that made this were the people that gave this $70,000 check to these fools because they were good people. These are the people that went to work. The people that made this list are the people that went to work, made the money, and gave it to Sean, Reds, AT2 Productions, and Steve McRae. And yeah, Cheshire, and yeah, Dick Doxson, all of them. And yes, guess who else is on this list that I haven't been bringing up, and I should be bringing up, because he is an Omega-level ding-dong, dead Kennedys in space. You know, the guy who constantly attacks me and lies about me everywhere? You realize now that in your community, these creators that you thought you could trust turned you all against me because of the fact that I found their dirty little secret. They had to turn you against me. You can turn against me. You can unsub. You can hate me. As long as you go back to your community and start telling people what these guys have done. I didn't know about this when I was hanging with them, or I never would have hung with them. I see the flatties that they criticize as less of an issue than this.
That's an interesting law.
And here's the thing, it's not.
Team, it's not an interesting law. It's fake. He's lying. He's full of shit. And AT2 Productions is here to do what Reds does for Steve, what AT does for Sean, what Sean does for Steve, what Chesh does. Now you understand why they all defend each other blindly about non sequitur. They all defend each other blindly about defending each other on these things, these money things. They all attack the same people with the same criticisms, and they repeat them, like the people that flooded into my Periscope saying that I'm doing this for drama, that I'm clickbaiting you. The person who provably clickbaited everybody was Sly. I didn't clickbait you because once you see the title and you see the thumbnail and you click this, you get a level of evidence that supersedes the title and the thumbnail. A level of sourceable evidence that supersedes all expectations that your mind would get from reading my title and thumbnail. But the reason that there were multiple people jumping in saying that this was drama, that all had no picture on their account that none of us had seen before in the community, even though it's a pretty small community, is because they are the sock accounts of these ding-dongs. Now you will understand why they tried to criticize me and meme on me for saying that they use sock accounts. They do provably use sock accounts, guys, in order to push the narrative out to you through live chat comments and other places, because they do think you're that stupid that you'll buy it. That's why I said it, because it's true. That's why they attacked me for it, was to cover their asses. Because they are con artists, not team. I'm not saying this about Team, even though these ding-dongs are going to go to Team Skeptic. They're not going to play this video for him. He's not going to click this video. They're going to sit in a room with him for hours and say bad things about UNIRock. They're going to tell him what I said. They're going to warp it out, tell him there's no evidence, nothing there. He just attacked us for hours. And Team, because Team won't get his mouse pad off of its ass and click on my video and actually see what's here. He's going to continue supporting these guys. And team, that's why your channel has lost a lot of its momentum, because of these guys. They're horrible on your stream. Yeah, Jared and Sean and them. They are horrible on your stream. They are unfunny, and they siphon supporters into these. The minute somebody sees this kind of shit, hears about this kind of shit, they don't respect your channel anymore, my dude. It is worse for you guys to have this around your channels than it is for me to stand up and criticize you over it. Even though I know you're convinced of the opposite.
Not isolated to the area that Sean's at. That stipulation and information is also in the lease that I recently signed as well.
And also, do you see how boring this is? AT2 Productions never says anything that is even 0.01% relevant or interesting or even true. It's just ramble, babble, babble to continue so that Sean can have some time to ask for some more cash between team feeling like something's fucked up here. Team, I know you're smarter than this. I was your friend, my dude. We did actual good content. We had 3.3 thousand people watching us a couple months ago. Laugh at Nathan Oakley. The reason why our video kept getting recommended and people kept clicking is because we are funny. We stay on point. We don't do this shit to our audience. You got to get your head out of the shitty clouds, my dude.
It's in my lease too, but there's also a, whoops, look, that was the reminder. Get the fuck up.
You're still sleeping. This is all a dream.
I can't hold on.
Oh my God, is that Fight? Fight is there too? You guys shouldn't be scratching your head wondering why you've got people that don't watch your channel anymore. You don't need to be scratching your freaking heads. My God. I could understand if you did the kind of content I do, like going live and doing this kind of content. I could understand you getting low views if you did this kind of content. But you shouldn't be losing your momentum. You're starting to gain it back, I noticed a few days ago, once you cut your ties a little bit with these guys, but you're still letting them come around. The shit wave is just now coming. The tsunami has just started. I just criticized these guys on UNIRock 2 a few days ago. Just from that stream, it has reverberated into the community enough to get Sly and others to be duped into talking about this, because he's bugging out. Him and his buddies, Reds and them, are bugging. They're sitting in the background talking right now. They're sitting around talking every single time someone leaves a comment, someone brings it up. They're trying to decide what to do, and they're pissed off. They are pissed off that I'm doing these streams. All right, I made them a deal. I said, no more GoFundMe campaigns. I'll drop this shit because I don't like you guys. I don't want to talk about you. It was Red's choice. He did a GoFundMe campaign the next day that he didn't need to do, and he knew he didn't need to do it. It was unscheduled, and it was bullshit.
Now, for those of you who were not...
Oh, you're going to now speak to us, AT2 Producing. Oh, my God, you're going to speak to us again. Let's judge how interesting what you're going to say is. Let's judge how relevant it is, and let's judge how scammy it is.
Hard of hearing and suffering from tinnitus, you're welcome.
What? Okay.
Wow, that was really relevant, really funny, and really non-scammy, non-insulting to the audience. Actually, it was all the things I just said, you ding-dong.
Alarm.
What's that? It's just a ring-in.
Huh? It's still going. I keep
I'm trying not to laugh at my own jokes. They're just really funny.
pressing the alarm off button.
Metal Jacket asks, can you sublease? Most...
They could have done a million things. The problem is, this is all a lie. I don't know how anyone donated to this. It's so obvious. Well, I do. These guys got you. It's not bad that they did. This is a learning experience. They got me too, peeps. They want to act like I didn't bring shit to this community. They want to act like I didn't bring thousands and thousands of people when I started talking about all this dumb shit. This dumb flat earth nonsense. I can't believe these guys who debunk flatties have the nerve to talk about drama as something bad. It's like McRae attacking Katie. Like, you've got the nerve with the content on your channel to attack her, and who's actually doing something that people find interesting and that people like, that it's successful on the platform? It's crazy.
Complexes, most arrangements where you are in this sort, have that sort of...
Whoa. AT2 Pro doxing, we got to do it again, bro. How relevant is it? How interesting is it? And how scummy is it? Here we go.
Can you sublease? Most complexes, most arrangements where you are...
Well, it's good that he admitted he's not in a complex, you freaking idiot. Not relevant whatsoever. Keep going.
In this sort have...
Oh my God, can you draw out simple words any further? Very, very boring.
That sort of level of fuckery in the lease, they do not.
And you're lying, obviously, again, and it's scummy. All three criticisms you've maxed out again in this sentence. Let's see if you redeem yourself.
Not allow you to sublease.
I mean, that 10 months of lease, that's a big chunk of money to just...
Team, they're lying to you, my dude. At least you're questioning it because it does take you off the hook for being there, hearing this, and being okay with it. Thank God you at least questioned this insanity. I can't believe Flatties didn't take this video and criticize you guys to Kingdom Come. It would have been valid. The problem is they also suck as bad as AT2 Pro doxing. Or else they would have used this against you. They would have laughed about this on Nathan Oakley's show if they were smart. Would have got some subs, would have got some donos, would have been a valid criticism. It would have been an actual video. Because this is crazy.
Just be giving somebody. I mean, I understand that they'll take you to court and all that, and
they won't draft your paycheck. Oh my God. You know why? Because if they find a tenant, they can't charge you in court. That's right. If you move out and leave them with a lease and a month later they find a tenant, when they take you to court, they can only charge you for the time that there was no tenant. Provably, every state does that. You're lying, Sean. Lying, AT2 Pro doxing. But we already knew that because this is just a ruse to get $10,000 from the community, like the other GoFundMe campaigns that these guys have done, Sly. All leading up to them successfully conning the community that Sly and others exist in for $70,318 provably trackable dollars. It's definitely over 100,000. We just have a lot of streams that have been completely deleted. We've got a lot of these things. Like when I first did my video, Steve McRae, John Hufford, AT2 Pro doxing, Red's Rhetoric, and others were on GoFundMe with accounts. And when you went to, let's say, one of Sean's GoFundMes, you'd notice that Red's donated $500. Or broke-ass AT2 Pro doxing, who continually asks for money like Sean does, donated $400. Or Steve McRae came in with the $350 dono. This is proven to this point. It's in one of my videos. I'll do you a favor, Sly. I'll do another incredibly put-together video where I actually download these streams. I actually clip them down, and I actually do a nice, to-the-point edited video, getting all of this smashed into a good 15-minute window for you. And I'll put those screenshots in there for you, because my point is, it's not just that they do this, it's that they also operate a pyramid scheme for it. And this is the incentive that they all have for sharing these scams, participating in these scams. The reason that Fight the Flat Earth and Team Skeptic are there is so that the clout that their name brings, the audience that they have, will be conned through Team and Fight trusting Sean, Steve, and Reds into participating to drive more of a subscriber base there, because the more people that show up, the more money these ding-dongs get to collect. But you don't see Team's name underneath there. You don't see Fight's name underneath there. And after I did my first video on the Rock-A-Lot channel calling them out for that point, guess what Reds, Steve, AT2 Pro doxings, and Sean did? They privated the names of their GoFundMe accounts so that you couldn't tell that they'd been there. It's a good thing we'd already put it in a video and taken the screenshots, though, my dude. I will find them and show them to you. You got to give me time, though. You do got to... See, here's the problem, Sly. I've already destroyed your video by 150,000.6 times. So, unfortunately, I don't want to take it to 157.6 times with that, because it would take me 5 minutes to find it. I'll wait and put it in a video. I've got even more. I'm going to take it to where I destroy your damn stupid video by 1 million times compared to what you said and did and the criticisms you offered me, just to teach you a nice, good lesson here. Before you attack another YouTuber, Sly, go look at the damn evidence, my dude. But there's a lot more here they once again didn't just go live for a few minutes. They wouldn't have earned their $10,000 if they would have done that. They went live for 4.5 flipping hours. That's right, 4.5 hours of e-begging. Not doing content and putting out a link SLY. See, the only content attached to this $10,000 thing that the good people in the chat donated was this 4-hour shit show that you hear AT2 Pro Dachshunds rambling through, with Sean continuing to chime in every X amount of time, adverting his money. The content that you get from donating to any random YouTuber who has a channel or any random YouTuber's Patreon, you can go to their channel and actually see what you're donating for. And the thing about it is, there's actual stuff there that they get for it. Like, you donating money to me, I'm going to keep streaming, I'm going to keep making videos, I'm going to keep uploading, like every other YouTuber, okay? What do you get for donating to this? SLY, I told you I was going to get real basic. Well, here it is. You are supposed to get Sean moving to Florida with Reds and getting a job so that he doesn't have to do a GoFundMe campaign every month on Strikelink's channel, Red's channel, Steve's channel, and the other people's channels out there, with AG2 Pro Dachshunds being the fall troll who gets to take the rap if anything goes wrong. They're all going to be saying it here once the heat turns up. Oh, no, that was AT's idea, guys. Don't unsubscribe from Reds. Don't unsubscribe from Steve or Sean. That was AT2's idea. That's why they have this ding-dong around, and it's why they let him talk. Because if they were letting him talk for content purposes, they would have kicked him out a long time ago. But that's the concept you're lacking, SLY, that you aren't getting shit from this when they don't complete the goal they put up for it. And yes, I'm going to play it again. I don't care what SLY says, and I don't care what anyone else says. Let me restart this clip so you can hear it. The question is, did they gain money, the $10,000 that they took, did they gain that money by baiting people with Sean moving to Florida in with Red's Rhetoric to work a job? Was that an incentive to donate to help him get on his feet so he didn't have to keep asking for cash, so that it made people donate more money, made them help more? Take a listen, because it didn't happen, and I can criticize the living fucklights out of it if it didn't happen. You make up your mind. This is what's called evidence, SLY. Here it comes.
What the whole pending toe reveal we have going on. So, looking at everything big picture, and with the difficulty that Sean has had in trying to gain employment in the area he is currently at, we have actually come up with a figure that would allow Sean to relocate and to a place where he already has an outstanding job.
Hey, here. I'm going to give this link to here. This link right here is for SLY. This link is for SLY. It's the work is already done. It plays at the timestamp. There, SLY. I did the work for you again, my dude.
Job offer. Just has to go through the rest of the...
What was that? What was that, Ding Dong 5000?
To relocate.
I am so dumb, but it is so funny.
And to a place where he already has an outstanding job offer. Just has to go through the rest of the screening process and physically get down there. That is the upper echelon that we would hit, which is, get ready, guys, because this is quite the number, but it's 10,000 US.
Kyle Curtis would have still had a great show without this attached to it. It would have been bigger. It would have been better. It would have blown up even more, in my opinion. Kyle Curtis was brought down because Steve brought these people that you see here that now are bringing down Team and Fight into the picture. I am giving you my opinion on this last part. I think they all share the money. Why? How did he spend $10,000 in a month and a half and have to do another GoFundMe campaign? Because he sent too much money to Reds, Steve, and AT2, in my opinion. I don't think that you abuse your YouTube channel like this, Reds, without an incentive. And I know you're a broke ass that lies to your audience to try to make them think that you've got money. I've seen the clips, and there's a bunch of them. There's some videos going to be coming out sometime here in the future to help you, to help your audience with that, my dude. Also, I think that's why they did private and take away the names of certain GoFundMe accounts, Steve, Reds, Sean, and AT2 Productions, after I did my criticism on Rock-A-Lot. I think it's because they knew they were busted, and they didn't want people to know that that's how they funnel their money around. They funnel their money around, they save back some, and it goes into the account of the next GoFundMe campaign. That's why they do one every 3 to 4 weeks in most situations. Now, if you go look, when these guys are making a bunch of money and there's some big thing going on, they don't typically have that many GoFundMe accounts. They do, but they don't have that many. And guess who always ends up popping in, no matter how long they've been gone for? These guys. And when those views, they come quick and they go quick. You get them from what? Attacking Katie, attacking Lily Jean, attacking Kyle, attacking other talented people because they have no talent. What happens, in my opinion, they share that money because they are straight up con men. Now, I did this exercise last time, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm doing it again. We're doing the Billboard of Doom exercise before we go to the Rock-A-Lot channel. Mods, please start sharing Rock-A-Lot link. We're going to head there soon. If you take 6 creators, you make a neat little tic-tac-toe here, and you put Steve McBoomer. Let's say you put Reds Ding-Dong Rhetoric and old Shawnee Huff. The 3 GoFund Steve Cabal members at the top of the Cabal, and put 3 random other people who share a subscriber base or audience with this person, a community, like Cyman Dan, Conspiracy Cats, Bob the Science Guy, BSG and the Hizzy, baby. Let's look at the top row and the bottom row and see if there is anything in common with these people that may, SLY SPARKANE, go in line with my theory that you're dealing with con men leeching from talented individuals. Now, this is not Striking. This is let's do this. This is not SLY SPARKANE. This is Man Dizan himself. So at the top, you've got a stinky boomer that hasn't had a job and claims that he's got some kind of nuke school graduation, even though when you go look at his nuke school, when he shares it, he just says attendee of the nuke school, never talks about what degree he has, what training he has. And if you look into the nuke school that he claims is his certificate of smartness, you find out that they train people on the base level. The job he did in the military, the amount of time he spent there, all of that goes in line with the fact that he didn't get some type of smart training. He doesn't have a degree, doesn't have a qualification. He doesn't have anything that makes him able to be able to talk in this realm. Red's Rhetoric is a guy who tries to pretend like he has a really good job and a lot of money. But if you know him, if you talk to his ex-roommate or his ex-girlfriend, he doesn't have these things. He barely gets by and is poor as hell. The only reason he has cameras is because all of his equipment on his YouTube channel was funded through the community with GoFundMe accounts, and that is juxtaposed with the fact that he makes a shit ton of ad revenue from his rocket launches, even though he rarely does them when he could be doing them way more often, especially with the community paying as much money as they did. He also has many things in common with McRae, the same type of training, nothing really to brag about, and has a falseness about it like McRae. What about Hufford? Do I even need to break down Hufford? No. So let's look at this and ask ourselves, What about their YouTube channels? What do they have in common on YouTube that these guys don't? They all attack other people. The base of all three of their channels is drama. The one thing they try to do, knowing that that is something that would scare off their donators, they advertise, propagandize, and repeat the fact that they aren't drama. All of them have this in common. They all defend each other illogically for the same things the same way and attack other people illogically with falsehoods and lies in the same way. Now, let's talk about the people on the bottom. Cyman, Dizan, Conspiracy, Kizats, and Bob the Science Guy. They all have degrees. They all have great jobs. They all make good money on and off YouTube. They all don't do constant GoFundMe campaigns, attack other people, start lies, have a format, put out constant video content, earn their following, actually share a community with people and try to help those other people grow, never trying to help people hurt people the opposite way. All of them have these certain things in common too. So the top line, let's remove the bottom line because these guys don't do any of the things that these ding-dongs do. What do you call this? What do you call these guys at the top here? What is it? What would you describe it as? They're not hardworking YouTubers. They don't put out good content, any content at all. They just turn on a live stream, whereas the other three edit out well thought out, well prepared, well put together content and get a big following off of it. What do you call this? Sly? What do you call it, Sly? What do you call it? Not Sly? What do you call it? Lie? I'm going to change your name to Lie. Scammers, liars, narcissists, con artists, BSers. You know what I call them? The same as the flat earthers they damn criticize. You could call them clowns living in a clown world. And you could call this video, this live stream that I just made, a Moab. So, to end this out, I'm going to get sentimental for a moment. I had a lot of fun hanging out with your community, Flat Earth debunker people. You guys are awesome. You're smart. You don't take bullshit. You got a really good supportive community that will step up when they think a good person needs help, and you'll actually be there for them. Not only that, you support the creators in your community. That's what attracted me to your entire community. The fact that you guys are good people, smart people. You see that these flatties are abusing people that aren't educated or have mental problems, lying to them with a religious hook in order to draft people into their religion. And you stand up and you use science, logic, evidence to push your points, to win your arguments, and you laugh a lot while you do it, while supporting the people in your community. You guys are good people. Everywhere you guys go in the future, you're not going to have a UNIRock hanging around to do this kind of work for you. You should demand it from the people, the creators in your community. There should be some creators in the Flat Earth debunky crowd that have the balls or have the gall to be able to stand up and not care how many people they anger if something like this is going on. Not care what other creators they scare away. not care. Do you know why I don't care how many people I scare away or how many creators I scare away? Because I make my own content. I do my own thing. I don't need this. I've been doing videos on the Rock-A-Lot channel, live streams with 500, 600, 800 people watching every night, playing a freaking video game. And that's not even my main content. Why, Sly? You want to guess the reason why I do what I do? Well, let me hook you up, my dude. The reason why I did what I did and left the community before I did it. You know what I did too? I told every one of Steve McRae's viewers and supporters to unsubscribe from me and leave my channel before I ever made a video on him. It's on my channel. Go watch it. I did that because I don't need charity. I don't do this for the money. If everybody stopped donating tomorrow, they stop donating. I'll still be here. I'll still be pissing y'all off. I'll still be calling shit out. I'll still be gaming like a madman, using my SKS or my AS Val to snipe people on Tarkov from 200 meters away with a headshot accuracy that rivals an archery master from the 1600s and Robin Hood shit. I will still be doing my thing, having a great time with my friends hanging out with me on my channels, no matter what I do here, no matter if I leave your community, no matter if I stay. I will get more views talking about iDubbbz being a simp like I did this week than I would get from any Flat Earth video I would have uploaded months ago in your community, and that's just one damn video. My point is, you've got to push for the creators around you to actually call this out. I know what you're thinking. There has to be a mistake. The evidence is here. There's more evidence here than there is evidence for a lot of the Flat Earth ding-dongs you guys criticize. You get me? The work's been done for you. You know who did it? Your friends. Your friends did this. They are going to tell you that UNIRock made this list. I didn't touch the damn thing. They came to me. They talked to me. They showed me the original list. I showed it in a stream. Then they showed me the updated list, and I showed it in a stream. That's about it, really. I did talk to them about taking Radical off of it and a couple other people, but then again, they had pretty damn good arguments for why they should stay. Not because of them, but because of other conditions of those crowdfunding campaigns. And I'm here to tell you, there are so many scammers out there. I came from busting Q scammers before I came into this community. Actually, I had a long hiatus where I just did commentary in between, but anyway, you would not believe how many scammers there are out there that are foaming at the mouth to find a community like yours so they can come into it and start taking money. The money that was taken by Red's Rhetoric, Sean Hufford, Steve McRae, AT2 Productions, and others, like AT2 Productions is still asking for $20,000 as of today for a veterans charity that he's not qualified to run. A man who has just been doing internet charity on himself months before wants $20,000 for a vets charity. They are liars. Con men. They've sapped over 70,000 provable, trackable dollars from your community just in a few years. And they wanted over 140,000. When is it going to stop? Well, that wasn't a question that I expected an answer from, because I'm going to give you the answer. It's only going to stop when the community, when you guys care enough to actually criticize it in the comments on Twitter, when these guys do their next GoFundMe campaign. Let the other, Sly, you should be mad about this. Unless they're slipping you some cash, my dude, you should be furious. Because even if you, Sly, don't need any cash to do what you do, and you do run GoFundMes that I'm not going to criticize, because you did a good job on them, and I think you should be able to run them when you want if you do it the same way you did last time. But there are good creators out there that could have used some of this $70,000+ to get their channel going. And instead it went to Marvel Girl's lying ass, AT2's lying ass, Red's lying ass, Steve's lying ass. He's the biggest one out of them all. Steve is the guy that organized all of this. And now you know, Sly, why I criticize McRae. He is a con man who lies about his education. He lies about what he did. He said he served 3 combat tours when he provably didn't. He's just lying to people just so he can create this image and take a lot of money from you guys. So I'm here to tell you, you'll say, last thing, this is important. I didn't get to this. I know I'm wasting your time. This is important, though. it is important for me to tell you why my opinion is that they share this money, okay? So Marvel Girl started to become friends with AT2 Productions. Not long after, she did the same scam that AT2 does. When she met Sean and AT is when she started to do their scam. Other people have done this too. New people in your community. Marvel Girl did it the same way that Sean did, by promising that he's going to make content with Reds and get a job down there. She promised that if you pay her Patreon every month, she will give you a lot of content. She didn't make more content after getting over 1,000 a month on Patreon for nothing. She made less content. Less. She didn't keep her goal. So yes, Sly, when you think about it, people went to the GoFundMe and clicked it, the Patreon, the GoFundMe, or the campaign to get Sean's job done, to help him, to get Marvel Girl's content that they wanted to see, and to help somebody else. If they wouldn't have talked about making content, if Marvel wouldn't, she wouldn't have got the Patreon, because Patreon's a reoccurring donation, and the only reason they signed up to reoccur is because they wanted to see the constant content. Same thing with Sean here. If they wouldn't have talked about the job and pushed the jobs thing so much, not as many people would have donated. And thus, this is, Sly, what you've just seen in this 2-hour video. My argument for why you... Damn it, I was supposed to get a song ready. See, I even mess up sometimes, okay? So let me just buy myself a little bit of time. I just got the tiniest little bit of time. I'm getting close. I'm getting close to finding... I got to find the song I was going to play after I said that to him. This has all been written ahead of time. I've got this all set up and set out, and I'm sorry. Oh, I'm almost there. I'll just use this one. Yeah, let's just... This is why, SLY SPARKANE, you shouldn't call out flatties anymore. You're just as much of a ding-dong as they are. I'm UNIRock. I'm going to the Rock-A-Lot channel. Do you have something you want to say to me in the comments section? Do you want to criticize me, yell at me, flip out on me? Do you want to do a backflip and punch me? Go to the Rock-A-Lot channel. Get into the live chat there, because I'll be pulling it up and talking to you once we get there. Thank you for watching. Like, share, dislike, leave a comment. Send this to Red. Send it to Steve. Send it to Sean. Send it. Instead of sending it to them, how about you just send it to the people around them? Send the evidence. Send the video or the evidence to the people around them in their community who are having their community sapped due to these fools. How about you do that? Yeah, that you could get something done. Accomplish something with your time. Yeah, that'd be cool. Also, sneak attack, karate chop, Kyle Curtis will be joining me on the after show for a sneak discussion. After I talk to the live chat, after we get started, Kyle, I got to take a pee, bro, and grab a drink. I got to make sure this air conditioner's pumping. Then I'll meet you in Discord. Sound like a deal? That works, my dude. Let's plan on 10 p.m. I'm heading to Rock-A-Lot now. I'm going to go to the live chat and talk to you there. Then we're going to bring in Kyle Curtis for an emergency update from the man himself. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I love you. You got anything for him, Bizmaster? Who cares? Sending signal to the Rock-A-Lot channel. Sending signal to Rock-A-Lot channel. Ending UNIROCK 2 signal very soon. Ending UNIROCK 2 signal very soon. Don't worry, if Kyle has anything juicy, I'll be restarting the stream over here at UNIROCK 2. Don't worry.